Learning Japanese by yourself, but also in a game called VRChat? How is that even possible? Hello, my name is Fate, and today I will show you how I was able to learn Japanese all by myself, on the internet and on VRChat. Let's get right into it. So, where should we get started? Should you guys start learning hiragana, katakana, learning grammar? What should you do? So in my opinion, the first thing you guys should do is to learn the hiragana and katakana. Hiragana and katakana are basically the alphabet. They're composed by sounds like a, I, u, e, o. They're just sounds. So how do you learn it? Well, for myself, the way I learned it was kinda special. Like at first I did like everyone. I started by, searching on Google, learn hiragana and katakana, and I just saw a bunch of 40 something characters I need to remember. I was like, how will I ever remember all of those? So I went on YouTube and I searched some more, and then I found a game called Learn Japanese to Survive. It's literally an RPG game that teaches you how to learn hiragana, the Japanese culture, and much more. To advance throughout the game, you need to actually know hiragana, otherwise you won't be able to even kill one enemy, because the enemies are literally hiragana characters, and to defeat them you need to answer with the correct romaji. If you don't know what romaji is, it's actually the fourth way to write and read Japanese. It's the alphabet version of Japanese that you guys see the most, for example in anime openings. They also help you with how to write them with the correct stroke order and also with the correct pronunciation. Anyway, I played that game with a friend because I forgot to mention, but if you can motivate a friend to learn Japanese with you, it will also give you a huge motivation boost whenever you want to learn Japanese, because you can just hit up your friend and then either hop on VRC or having learning session together. I forgot to mention, but there's also two different types of game of learn Japanese to survive. There exists the katakana and the kanji version. Another question that you can ask yourselves is, do I speak first or know how to write and read first? Well, that depends entirely on you and your objective. For me it was to speak, connect to Japanese people, but for you it may be both, or maybe it's just to play your favorite Japanese game? I don't know. But to know how to speak, you need to know basic grammar, how to structure a sentence and vocabulary. Our YouTube channel that I recommend is Japanese Amo with Misa for everything related to vocabs and grammar. But what about in VRChat then? Well, there's a few worlds you can go in to learn Japanese, but I can recommend you Genki Study Village. It's basically a book to learn Japanese that got transported into a VRChat world, and there you can learn everything about Japanese language, like vocabs, grammar, reading, writing, kanjis. But I recommend it for beginner user, so you can learn hiragana and katakana, because there's a huge page where you can remember all the hiragana and katakana. There's also hiragana and katakana quiz, which helps you a lot. I use that a lot to remember all my hiragana and katakana. Also, little tips I can give you guys to learn hiragana and katakana faster is whenever you write hiragana, also write katakana just below it, so you remember both at the same time, because they're literally the same, just different way of writing them. So it's a waste to start hiragana and then later on katakana, because it's just gonna basically mess with your mind, because you're like, they're exactly the same, but then why are they written differently? So yeah, definitely recommend learning both at the same time. So whenever you learn, for example, a, I, u, e, o, then you should also learn the same a, I, u, e, o in katakana. Anyway, beside that world, you can also visit other worlds such as JP Tutorial World, Fujiyama, ENJP Exchange World. But to be honest, when you go in VRChat, it will mostly be to practice your speaking, active immersion, and listening, because there's not much you can do to learn about, for example, writing or reading, except that maybe I can recommend you to go to JP Karaoke World. A lot of people, Japanese people, go there to sing, and I think it can be a good practice that most people, I think, don't think it will be a good way to learn kanji, but for me it's to just go there and then sing a song or listen to people sing and then remember kanji from the lyrics from different songs. I honestly didn't learn much of kanji. I only practiced speaking a lot, and that's one of the things that I kinda regret. If you don't want to be like me and want to know how to read Japanese, like because Japanese is mostly composed by hiragana and kanji, I recommend starting to learn kanji after knowing hiragana and katakana. So, what is a kanji? The term kanji in Japanese literally means hand characters. It is written in Japanese by using the same characters as in traditional Chinese. Kanji are used for writing nouns, adjectives, adverbs, and verbs. The Daikanwa Jiten, which is considered to be comprehensive in Japan, contains about 50,000 kanji's characters. Yay, you heard me right. But you don't have to worry. Japanese people usually only use about 2,000 kanjis in their daily lives. Well, 2,000 is still a lot though, because I only know about 200. But anyway, kanji readings are categorized as either onyomi or kunyomi, and most characters have at least 2 readings, at least one of each. You can learn a lot with the famous Enki cards. Enki cards is basically a software used to remember kanji thanks to flashcards. A flashing card can have kanji on it with the translation and a million ways to write it and read it. For me though, I personally only go to Karaoke's World in VRChat, listen to Japanese songs and read the lyrics, go on Twitter and read the newest tweets of my favorite Japanese artist or VTuber, also by chatting with your friends on Discord or any other social media. Personally, I just kept talking and talking for hours and hours with friends on VRChat, also on Discord or anything like other places. But the best way is to continue the active immersion plus getting input with anime, drama, YouTube, or actually anything related to Japanese that you can think of, like even newspaper or anything. And also continue the kanji study, because that's kind of one of the things I regret the most, like I said before. Thanks to doing that constantly, I think you can, in 3-4 years, getting to the real fluent level. Don't forget that the key to success is to be consistent. By the way, I've been speaking in Japanese for 3 years now, but I'm nowhere fluent because I've only been talking but not being consistent with my kanji study. Like, I think I can almost like understand everything in Japanese, or at most 80 to 90%. But the thing that I struggle the most, even with speaking, is like complicated, difficult vocabulary. Because with grammar or anything else, I think I'm pretty okay now. That's my Japanese level right now. But yeah, because yes, if you only learn how to speak, like getting lots of input or only a lot of output, you'll be an incomplete person like me that only knows how to speak and listen. You can see a lot of people that are like that in VRChat. People that only know how to speak but don't know how to read Japanese because their main goal is to connect, speak to other people. Also, another way to learn vocabs will be to search on Google the 1,000 most used words in Japanese, and also a little tips that I did when I knew what the other person is saying in Japanese but I didn't know how to answer back because I was lacking vocabs, is to simply use Google Translator. Yes, you heard me right. You can use Google Translator if you want, but don't be stupid and don't put a whole freaking long ass sentence in it, because most of the time it will be wrong. Only use it for when you don't know some words or one simple sentence. Also, be careful because sometimes the translation will be wrong, but then how do you know if it's wrong or not? Well, honestly, you can feel it if you spend a lot of time using translator, but otherwise I can recommend you using DeepL and Papago. They're a good translator that will rarely go wrong. Well, we're almost done with the video, so I'll be honest, you can't learn everything in VRChat, but obviously you can learn a lot of it. To be honest, learning Japanese was one of the greatest things I did in my life. I made so many friends along the way, learned more about the culture, and became an evolved weeb. Now I basically use Japanese in my everyday life to communicate with my friends, reading Japanese Twitter, YouTube videos, and of course, watching anime without subtitles. Another tips that I can give is to just hang out with friends on Discord like this.
ああ、最初、これ見たことがある。前の、
何
あの
動画
動画。
あの動画。
あー
見たことがある。
これ真似できますか？
うん。できる。
この先に何があるんだろうって。
この先に何があるんだろ
できるかな？
もうできるかな。待って。
声は同
で
じだから。
きるかな？
できると思う。完全に。
じゃあ、もう一回聞いてみます。この先に何があるんだろう。
なんか同じ
ない
これ似てるない？似てるんじゃないこれ。はい、乾杯。
乾杯。俺は水だ。乾杯。If you have a good friendship or even get a boyfriend or girlfriend that speak the language, wow, easy glow up in the language, I assure you. My last advice is, well, like I said before, just have fun learning Japanese, because if you don't have fun, you're gonna drop the language as fast as you rage quit an Apex game. So yeah, I hope I was able to answer most of you guys' questions about learning Japanese and motivate you guys to learn it. Tell me in the comments why you want to learn Japanese, or if you already learned Japanese, how did you guys do it? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. Okay, see ya!